or whatever the case may be. Brian is knowledgeable with both the trucks and the carts. He understands both sides, and so he's going to be leading that discussion, but it's going to be a collaboration. So what I'd ask is, while the event service people are here, if you're going to stay, head over to that table, because if we have more people, then they'll move another table over there. So Brian, if you'd head over there, sort of in the back right of the room, my right, is going to be the day of execution. And Ozzie Nickbot is going to lead that discussion, and it's going to be focused on, it's actually time to take care of the customer. And what kinds of things do you do to, one, make sure the event is a success, correct any problems that may come up, day of communication. One of the biggest fears with people that book the event is that they book the event a week or 2 weeks out, and next thing you know, it's the day of the event, and it's 25 minutes before the event, and the ice cream truck hasn't shown up. So, establishing that communication chain, creating trust that, yes, it's coming, and these kinds of things. And then also, when an occasional problem may occur, how to handle that properly on the day of the event so that you get that customer to book with you again next year, and you don't lose an event because of a one small mistake. And anybody that is going to do events seriously needs to be prepared for how to deal with a problem on the day of an event. It eventually will occur. So Ms. Nickbot is back there. Right up here, I'd ask Michelle Barden to come up, and she is going to be talking about everything that's post-event. Everything from billing, how to, which ways to get paid, to how to get referrals, to how to get a testimonial, to how to get a repeat booking. Everything that's on after the event. What do you do from there? So, if you like to stay and participate, why don't you start to migrate towards one of those tables? Again, I know it may seem logical that you're going to start at pre-event, but this format is interactive, and you can't have everybody at the same table and have an opportunity to participate. So take your breakfast, head on over to one of the tables. In 20 minutes, we're going to rotate. You'll go to the next table. Everybody will go through the whole event cycle. So let's go ahead and start moving in that direction. We may not need this much. If you get to your table, sit close together. But I'm surprised to see that the rest of the room has already become experts in the world of special events. Nothing to learn. Please, let's get busy now. Victor, will you start at the execution table, please? I'd like the Fruitiki Big Boy team, if you please start at the execution table with Ozzie. I'm trying to keep some balance here. Chief? Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
Sometimes they'll do some fundraising, and the kids will raise so much money, so to basically compensate them for their work, they'll have a truck come out. And what we do the day of the event, we have a checklist. The day before is when we load everything, so the day of, we'll go in and go through that checklist, make sure that the push cart, if we're taking that, is working properly. Make sure that if it's a location where there isn't electricity, that we have the dry ice. Make sure that you have the menu ready. All of this you want to make sure you have, because if you get there and you're missing something, you're going to be stuck. What I do is when we are en route to the location, we'll give the contact person a call. We usually take a cell phone number or something for the day of contact person and let them know, okay, we're en route, we're going to be there in X amount of time. And then they'll usually tell us where to meet them. If they're not there once, we arrive again, we call, they'll come out. We try to get there bare minimum 30 minutes before, so that you have enough time to set up and you're not rushing and panicking.
Everyone's got some type of stuff.
Well, I have a question so that we could make it beneficial for you.
Always get the YMCA.
For you, just as far as because that's what
Ice
this
cream at midnight and drop off the car deck at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
is. There a particular area that you feel you need some support where we could all?
Well, sometimes I truly feel that I had more both because we had to turn down so many bookings for so many events because we have a good problem of if he can't come, they kind of want us there, but not really. So sometimes we would like to know how to be in more than one place at one time. I don't know if y'all ever have that. As far as festivals, like what you said, sometimes we would like to be exclusive, and most of the time we're exclusive on ice cream, but we're not exclusive on frozen treats. So therefore, a lot of times we compete with Kona Ice or King of Pops. And so the biggest competition, or the biggest card we have to play is him. So he can compete hands down with Kona Ice, but then we have to compete with flashy lights, a big beautiful truck, and his trailer is beautiful too. But and so I guess my question would be are there ways we can become an exclusive vendor, a frozen treat vendor? And then second of all is how do you partner with fundraisers to be the prize? We would love that. We've never heard that. We do, what all kind of events we do, Bo? We do fundraisers. We do birthday parties. He will do his first wedding. He will do his first wedding in May. They contract him for his first wedding, and so that's going to be an exclusive. That'll be new for us. So we'll probably do about 10 weddings next year, and he will be the featured dessert. The ice cream will be the featured dessert, which so we got a special card made for that small one. So it's just a good problem to have, but it's just one of him, and we want to grow as a family. So I love seeing this family because obviously they can do so much work, and when people see the family, they see the family, and that's what we want to become. We want to become extensions of him. He has about 6 cousins that work hard with him in the summer, and those girls can run the cart almost better than he can. I mean, they can run it. These are my nieces. Oh, wait, sorry, Bo.
That's just because he did such a good job training
He
them.
taught them how to do it, but my nieces can work. And so just be careful of his brand, protect brand like you all have protected your brand. And we just want to learn from that. But as far as the types of events, we've done the whole gamut. We've done Atlanta Falcon football game, practice or something. Football practice. We've done office celebrations. Appreciation Day. Name it. He's done it. But we can't be in more than one place at one time.
Right, and with us as well, you can only do so much based on what you have. So you don't want to book too many events and then not be able to follow through. You said that they sometimes decline if it's not going to be there.
Well, they'll say, well, can the little ice cream do that? And first we tell them no. And then they say, well, is there any way he could just come for an hour? And we used to have that problem, so now we got 2 or 3 carts. So we'll go set up a cart here and tell him that he's only going to be there an hour. So they'll plan everything around him being there. So we'll go there and we'll go back to the other event. And but when we leave my nieces there sometimes, they don't mind.
Yeah, if you're not moving the volume, we do $150. Yeah, that's good. We have vendors and trucks out there that we don't need $500 an hour, we can
Right, yeah.
go with one.
I mean, that's maybe a little bit.
150 including, that's your minimum charge?
Right, per hour.
Okay, so they could have 150 ice cream for $150 or what?
There's the menu, and they must do $150 an hour. They may go over. That number is just the minimum. They may go over, and if they're under, the host of the party can take ice cream and take it into the house to reach the 150, and that happens too.
Yeah.
That's what I do sometime. This year I have to go to a special event. They call me, so I have to be there, $75 just to get there, you know. Then they have to buy the ice cream. Like strawberry shortcake, I change the price. Regular $2, I change to $5. I mean, it work out for me. I make almost $700.
$5 for
Yeah.
Really?
Because the strawberry shortcake, $5, Ninja Turtles, $5, and I have about 6 menus, just 6 ice cream in there, you know.
I must be going in the neighborhood where all the oil drills are living, you know?
Yes, yeah.
But you know, you can't say that on the street, you know, because that's a special event. And it worked out for me this year. And if I go to special events, just change the prices, and as I go me there, it depends the distance. It's so far away, I live in Dallas to Fort Worth, about 30 miles. That's about $125.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I get $5 there.
So you guys are booking events and then going to them and selling the ice cream once you get there. The way we do it, we pre-sell everything. So you have 100 people, $3 a piece, it's $300. We'll go for an hour, and then if only 40 people get ice cream, we just ask them, you want the rest? And we'll throw 60 pieces, random pieces in a box, give them to them, go put them in your freezer. So we don't actually sell anything when we get there. We're giving it away.
That's what I do too. I take a credit card at the beginning. Yeah. You know, with the phone.
Pick up the card, is that?
Well, I'm talking about with the trucks.
Ice cream truck, right?
Even cards, we pick up cards, there is ice cream. They have an option to take anything or return it.
Yeah, I do
They
the
take
same.
it either way.
Actually,
But we sell everything.
actually, if I
We're pre-selling in a way. I mean, we say 150 minimum.
Yeah, you're doing it per hour. We have a minimum charge.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if I drop a card off and there's ice cream left, they have to take it. I don't take any of it back. Because if I don't have someone there handing it out, I don't know if they didn't leave it out on the card, let it melt, put it back in there, or left the lid open or whatever. So once it's dropped off, it's their ice cream. So yeah, they're buying it.
That's what we do with carts, where that's one thing Brian may speak about is we've sold a package. So here's the ice cream, here's the price.
Yeah.
That includes delivery.
Right.
And that's everything.
Yeah.
Pickup, delivery.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Far.
a very far distance.
Yeah.
But Brian, you do it a different way, where they pick the items, then there's a delivery charge. Why do you like that?
Well, that kind of comes under the part of what we're discussing, booking the event. And we like to book as many events early in the spring, coming out of March as we can, because the more people that book, we know that the carts are out there, the more people are going to see them, the more business we're going to have the rest of the summer. And usually moms call for this graduation party or whatever they're doing, and they're so intent that they don't think they're going to get it unless they give you money or a credit card.
Yeah.
So we put online menus on our website, and the only way they can reserve a cart is to fill those out and to email them back or fax them. And then when we get them, that is their deposit. The form acts as payment.
Yeah.
And then we call them and let them know that we have the confirmation menu, like you said, Nick, has the minimum. They have to buy a minimum amount.
Yeah.
And I think we have 8 boxes in the cart, cart rental, cart delivery, and boom, there it is.
Yeah.
You pre-charge your credit card, Brian? Is that how you do that? You pre-charge your credit card before you got the card off?
If 30 carts left on a Saturday morning, they are all paid for when they leave. Our people in the office are either going to run those cards in the morning or the Friday night or the day before they leave. So if we go there on a Sunday or Monday to pick up the cart's sitting in front and there's no one there, if there's ice cream in there, we're not going to set it on the ground. I mean, they know it's all their ice cream, so there's no question. They've paid for it. It's a done deal. And I found that key to booking the event is to make them fill out the form.
Yeah.
Also, that form can be stapled to the invoice when brought, so I thought I ordered strawberry shortcake and you brought chocolate eclair. Oh no, it's right here. That happens when someone orders ice cream over the phone in March for June.
Yeah.
I thought I ordered more. No, this is your form. We call it to confirm.
Right.
And that's been very helpful. And
On that note, Brian,
I like that system.
one of the things that we do is we charge the credit card the day before, and then we email the receipt to them with the confirmation the day before. That's their confirmation, because again, if they booked it 6 months in advance, then the day before the event, they have so much stuff going on that they get that email, oh yeah, that's right, ice cream, good, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that acts as their confirmation, and then they have their receipt and it tells them exactly what they have for that as well.
I think our gals in the office do something similar like that. They're either going to email the receipt if they say no one's home when you drop it off. I know we call. We're always going to call before, but what we found is sometimes we have, sometimes there could be over 40 graduation parties on a Saturday, 40 carts going out, and everyone wants them there by noon.
Always, right? Yeah,
So
exactly.
we found through the last 20 years, do not make mom wait. We get the carts there Friday.
Right.
They're just going to call 8 a.m. Where's my cart? I got people coming.
Oh, yeah, you'll get a flood of calls.
Everything we do now is almost a day early, and it prevents all the worry. And I mean, these parties are huge, even for some companies. So, hey, can we drop it off? Never figured a lot of companies, hey, we got to have the cart at 8 a.m. I tried getting across town. We got to leave at 5 a.m. to get to you with 300 ice creams. So it's done the night before. Or the day before.
I have a question, Ray. So when you book the event a month, 6 weeks in advance, you're not taking a deposit?
No.
You're not taking anything, just the paperwork and putting it on your calendar? Okay.
No, we don't put the credit card numbers on there anymore.
How do you run it then?
Well, that's where the girls in the office, that's where call. Yeah, they're going to, because we were basically told, and I use Tom's method for planning special events. Tom's offices have, they use, if you ever seen, they have 30 clipboards. 31. 31. And I've taken that system and applied a little bit to, but it's a great way to organize those order forms for us for those cards. And we were told by a bank, I think we had a bank come in and get a cart one time and seen all those things, and there's credit cards all over.
Oh, yeah,
I think a couple times there's 200 orders on the
You're
wall.
only allowed the last 4 numbers.
Yeah.
If you get a receipt from anywhere, the gas station, whatever, you're only allowed the last 4 numbers. You can display the last 4 numbers, that's it.
Yep.
Which is 99% of the time that is good enough. But that's it. For the last 4 digits, you can display those.
Exactly. So we don't take the credit card number in advance
When you
anymore.
book in March for June, what's the guarantee they're going to?
Right, yeah.
100%.
Okay, I have one more question. Okay, inclement weather. People are booking a push cart for outside at a reunion or something, and you charge their credit card and open the boxes and put them in the push cart, and they cancel.
Geez, I hardly ever does that happen. It could. I don't remember last year or the year before. When someone's planning a party 4 months in advance, they usually have plans if it's going to be.
They usually put a tent up.
Yeah,
There's
even
always
if they're at a
tent.
park.
That's turned into a really good business, is this tent rental, because they're always putting.
Very seldom, and we don't open the boxes.
Oh, you don't?
No.
When you put them in the carts, they're not open.
No, we just set the boxes in there, and it's their ice.
We don't open them either. Yeah, we just throw them. You know, if my people are going to hand them out, then we'll open them up in the warehouse first, and then make it easier when you get there. But yeah, that's their ice cream. I mean, we just throw it in there and
But to
drop
answer
it
your
off.
question, every time you take a credit card, you're risking a chargeback. It's just part of the risk of doing business. I mean, you can hardly ever fight it. If they complain to the credit card company charges you back, good luck fighting that. But it just doesn't happen very often, and it's just a small percentage of times that you get that, you suck it up and go on. You get it very often at all?
Hardly ever. I can remember there's always that few times. I don't think Choco Taco was in the car.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's your, okay, we have to credit you $30, whatever.
Yeah.
That's happened. I can't remember any problems, but you put the system in place where the ice cream's counted in front of everybody when it's dropped off or something, you know, you're not going to have any problem. But if you want to do the $300 or even more party, some graduation parties are $600.
Yeah.
The credit card is imperative to get those sales instead of thinking, how do I get the $100 sale? Go a little bit bigger. But the gals in our office usually are going to call 24 hours in advance to get that credit card and go over the details of delivery. Your cart's going to be there a day early because we can't get to you the morning of.
Yeah.
This card is plugged in. Just keep it plugged in.
Right.
And if you oh great, can't wait. When you're going to pick it up, it'll be a day or two after. Have it outside the garage. It's just communication.
Yeah.
The more communication, the better. But as years go by, people want to book these things way in advance. It's not even uncommon in January to get 20 parties booked for June.
That's awesome.
I have to have my card. I want to make sure I'm going to get my card.
That's
okay.
really good.
We put up on the board and call them in 6 months.
Yeah. See, one thing
We'll start to wrap up our current conversation. We're going to move here in about 1 minute.
We did whatever of it we started to get the word out. Crazy. No way.
Beggars can't be choosers.
We did 6.
So you may like in a year be like, I'm never doing an event on a Sunday,
And
but we did.
That's a good point.
Whatever.
Yeah, you have somebody that's going to pay $200 for their kid's birthday party.
I'm more likely to have a
a
connection
good job, or own a business.
And say one other thing I had for billing though is lots of like graduation parties. They say we want the truck there for 3 hours, and we say, well, it's $200 per hour. It's going to be there, and because the driver's just going to hand out $150, and sometimes they narrow it down to an hour, and sometimes the driver's sitting there for 3 hours, but get $600, 400 of which is pure profit.
Because
So
they want the truck there for that
they
time.
just want the truck, so that's another one. You can go per hour. We always say, like $150 or $200 per hour that the truck is there.
You have to. That's important.
You bill afterwards quite a bit, right?
Huh?
You bill afterwards, right?
Yeah.
How many customers just flat out don't pay? Is it
I think an average of one a year. We that out of several hundred, and we've only had, I think, since I've been here, probably one every other year. Sometimes we get somebody that pays a year and a half later, but generally speaking, everybody pays within 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, with individuals, we don't do terms at all. I mean, if we don't accept.
A lot of individuals will just pay with a check, right away. And businesses we tend to bill afterwards, but we do a lot more where we're keeping track, so we don't know the total until we're done.
I mean, yeah, it depends on the
Yeah, we do credit cards over the internet, like PayPal or through Wells Fargo. And that's a good way to do
We
it.
got burned a couple of times, and we said no more.
No, because all of that would depend on all the drivers having a smartphone. So, yeah.
I wanted to say on the testimonial part that you brought up that we just redesigned our website and specifically made a place for that, because through like Google searches and it really helps with your status. because it has so many keywords in there that it's really helpful, especially when people are looking for your business and events. So that's really helpful.
Do you have the testimonials on there now?
I don't know if they've uploaded yet the second update, but if they're not now, then they're coming.
And a great way to get those would be through SurveyMonkey. If you could send out a survey after you've done your events, you can get a the testimonial, and you could put on there like, do I have permission to post this on our website? And then you can get, because a lot of our customers, they're all coming from our website, and that's where I would say like 90% of them are coming from going to your website.
We talked to a couple of our property management companies and some of the hospitals and said, we'll give you a free box of ice cream on your next event for your testimonial, because it doesn't cost you a lot, and what the testimonial is going to bring you is a lot more than what the cost of the
I
ice
know
cream
it's tough to stop somewhere, but let's take a pause and move to another table. So you've got two other choices. You can stay as a group if you want to, and that way you might be able to continue some of the themes that you've already discussed, or you don't like your group, you can leave it and find yourself a new home. But let's switch it up and give everybody else a chance to go to another table.
Thank you, Michelle. You did good. Okay, which table?
And you go,
Yeah, not yet. And I said, I know you're good. I have to go to your
The next you are. She's got a long time.
Hey.
hey,
What's up?
we have some event guys over there. Excited. Yeah, distributors.
Yeah, so they're kind of like.
What?
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Oh, good to see you.
Yep.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I asked about you.
You want
Yes, I have. Yeah. Those small carts, if you're using, you buy some of the
I'm Michelle.
plug-in.
I'm Kathy.
Like 4-hole.
What is your name?
Brian and Kathy.
Brian and Kathy. And are you guys distributors? Or?
I forget which. The Nelson card.
You have trucks?
But it's,
So,
you know,
how many trucks do you have?
a little bit narrower,
68.
larger.
So fleet, then.
BD6.
And where are you located?
It's shorter too. Is that what you're using? BD6. Yeah.
Almy?
Okay.
Newark. Okay. Got it.
Oh yeah.
How many trucks do you have now?
Very few.
Now, just to sit tight for 1 second.
Several.
I'm trying to think here. We have 3 tables, and so I want to make sure we have all 3 tables active. Why, if you don't mind, somehow it seems like we've lost some people. This group here needs to filter into one of these tables, so maybe if a group would be so kind as to come sit with Aziz for this session, and then there'll be enough opportunity to get everywhere. No, just some of you, and that way we can have a conversation going in all 3 places.
I'm going to try to start. I'm not as loud as Chris, so I can't talk over him. But I'm Michelle with Southern Ice Cream in Houston, Texas, and we do special, we're a distributor, but we also do special events, primarily push
Were you folks sitting over there for the most part? Why don't you go this way? This table went over there, and this table's coming up this way. So why don't we have the Diaz family, please?
Okay,
move
so I
that way.
get
Thank you,
ice
sir.
cream carts, ice cream truck events, and also ice cream Sunday parties. So the scoop
come right here, please.
deal. And that's what we focus on. And I'm just going to be going around, and we're going to be sharing ideas about retention, about getting repeat business, how we can do that efficiently and successfully. Some ideas, through, emails, surveys, things like that, that really can bring back your customers so that most of our business a lot of it is repeat business. And so how that happens is generally organically through offering good customer service, offering a good service that they can't really get other places, and executing everything well. I think those are your biggest reasons for your repeat. But there are other tools that we can do with our time to really, I guess, make the customer know that we appreciate their business and we want their business back. Some of those things are, like right now, we're slow this time of the year, so I have a couple of girls in my office and they're going through all of my push cart and ice cream truck events through the whole year, and they're sitting in reminders for next year on the calendar on Outlook, and they're saying, okay, next year this event was on July 4th, so I'm going to set a reminder for June 1st. I'm going to send this person an email on June 1st next year that says, you had an event with us last year. We would like to have your business again. Here's our new order forms, and would you, that way they can know what you have to offer, start thinking about booking with you, because sometimes these event coordinators, they change hands, they don't know, and if the wrong person gets it, maybe they forward it to the right person, and so on. So you get kind of in front of them, get in their face. Another great idea is that we haven't implemented yet, but I want to as soon as I get back, is as soon as these events are over, I want to send out a survey. Just, 2 or 3 questions, nothing extensive. But just says, how did you like your service? Is there anything we can do better? Could you provide us any feedback? And maybe it's a good testimonial, maybe something you can use for your website, maybe something that you can use to bring in more customers. And I think that's a great idea. And as we've evolved, throughout the years, we're not perfect we've had to kind of learn everything as we go, and that happens. But we're trying to become more efficient and more, just better at what we're doing. We're doing a lot of events now, and we're staying busy on a daily basis throughout. And it slows down this time of the year, but I still have events in November and December, believe it or not. And it is a profitable business. It's something that we really want to, keep our eye on and grow, because there is so much potential there. And in our market, there's a lot of corporate business. So that's dollars right there. I mean,
they have money to spend.
Exactly. So what are some of the things that you guys are doing
For me, sure, I have some problem with Kona Ice. I don't know how to get it. Territory is snow cone. Is a truck like those Davis Cummins truck, so sir?
Yeah, the Kona Ice trucks. I'm familiar.
I don't know if you're using your area.
We have 16 in Houston.
A little place right here.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go to where I used to go, like car dealership, someone said, the other just leave my truck and then go to his truck. And they sell ice cream, they sell snow cones,
and honestly, I'm glad that you brought up Kona Ice, because they have a phenomenal business format. If you've been to their website, if you watched any of their videos, I think that they have a great program. They've already put it together. Who says we can't copy what they're doing? They're giving money back. Like where we are, we lost a lot of snow cone sales to Kona Ice because we were selling to the ballpark every single week, tons of snow cones, and they decided to reach out to the person for that park for Baseball USA. It's a baseball field with hundreds of fields where everyone does tournaments and stuff. And they go and sit in the pavilion, and they give back a percentage of their sales for that day to that park. So they maybe give 10% or 15% of their sales towards the Baseball USA, towards their fundraising. So it's almost, I don't see why, if there's a place that you want to go, you can also offer those kinds of services. Maybe you're gonna have to price yourself accordingly.
You have to build that into your pricing. Because Kona Ice don't cost that much money, and you can give back 20%, 25%, 30%. Where
ice cream,
we got to sell a lot more ice cream.
You think it doesn't cost that much money because ice and syrup isn't that much, but each one of those trucks is $100,000.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of an upfront investment in those trucks.
Sure.
They have costs like we have costs as well. But you're right, ice and syrup, once you're done with it, is it's not that expensive. But they do have a great business model. If you guys get a chance, I would go visit their website, look at the different things that they're doing, and let's steal their ideas.
Yeah, that's really
Nobody said you can't help you. He just came up with it first, you know. They do have a phenomenal presentation, and their trucks look good. They hire college kids that are outgoing, and they schedule them, and they get people that are motivated to work.
Yeah.
So they
only do events.
No, yeah, they pretty much only do
strictly
events.
special events in our area. They don't do neighborhoods at all.
There's the guy that does neighborhood. It's a band that he does neighborhood too.
Oh, in your area they do.
He plays music. It's just
I mean, they can go wherever they want, but I think the ones that I've spoken to that we sell to in Houston, they pretty much stay busy all day long with special events. So maybe their special event isn't going here and leaving, to a birthday party or something. It could be, but they're also including like sitting at Baseball USA from all day Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock at night. That's a special event. So they also include that. They sit at the parks downtown, and they get permission to be there. So that's really important. They've developed a relationship with their health department, and they've really done a great job. So anything you can do to help mimic that, I think is awesome.
Instead of fighting them, join them.
You built a snow cone truck.
We did.
Was it popular?
We have a snow cone truck new this year, and I'm trying to get it out on the road full time. We've had a ton of events in it, and so that's been really successful, getting the snow cones, and we also do ice cream as well. And as soon as this winter, I'm trying to hire someone. I've got to add in with the college, so I'm trying to get a college kid that can come in like Thursday through Sunday, do all day really, do the special events that I schedule, and then also go around and do corporate commercial type stops, and just like what Haas was saying the other day, going to nail shops or shopping centers or businesses.
Scheduled stops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what we're working on for next year. We have 2 event trucks. We have 2 ice cream trucks.
Standing by small fiberglass collecting car.
So it's clean, but then it gets in the truck and you're wondering.
And what we also did, we had this big banner made. I mean, we had a $1 menu or a $2 menu, and then whatever they chose, that what we actually pulled on a truck for that event. It's not probably as pretty as doing the magnet thing, but it worked.
We have that stuff ready. Like, we have the product pulled, we have the menu ready on the clipboard, so the driver, when he gets there, puts it up. So there's nothing dirty, or, it's all looks really good. And then, what else is on our checklist? We have our product double checked every time. Somebody pulls it, and then the person who loads it, whether it be in the truck or a push cart, is always a different person. Because it never fails that you think that was a vanilla sandwich and it was a vanilla dipper. And then somebody's really upset.
Yeah, you get to the event and then they call you, get all the way back and they call you, it's an hour away, and I didn't get it's the worst feeling, and then you end up comping something or you're driving back out there, so we just spend a little bit extra time to make sure what we do is right. And the girl who kind of runs it is real precise on that too. So
Do you have someone that just runs it? Is your truck is just used for a special event, so they're not out on a route and
Because the hours is out on a route, and then
it's on a route, so usually, we have what it is, but if they're one-off. Now we've done that. We've done that before. And what we have is we have the checklist, and we have the menu, and we have the map quest. Like, we have all that stuff together. So they have like an event packet ready to go.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And the day before, we have everything. We have the map, who to call, we get a cell phone. We do everything. If there's a specific menu, everything is prepared. It's a little, packet that we call it. And the driver knows, you turn in the packet. And then, in our case, the driver is responsible
for verifying the ice cream. If there's something missing, it's on him. He's the one that's gonna have to pay the charge, pay the air fee, whatever. If we pull it out, there's somebody that pulls out our merchandise. Gives it to him, and he is the one that has no sure that he has the banner, he has whatever needs to happen. Because that happened to us before. When we started, a couple of times it happens. You know, the box says vanilla, you pick up a Big Dipper instead of a sandwich, and then you show up to the So we made it responsible that the driver, because he's going to get paid a little bit of commission on what happened on that sale, or gets paid, you know, the fee for the delivery, but that he's responsible for it. So yeah, it's true. You have a check and balance there.
There's two people working on it, you know, so you can eliminate mistakes.
Now, how many special events do you do in a week?
In the summer? 10?
Yeah.
10, 12. We're doing about 4 or 5 right now.
About 4 or 5, but yours are smaller. Right now.
Actually, we have the bigger ones.
You have the bigger
I have a lot more bigger events than smaller. We're trying to get into the smaller events to keep us, you know, busy all the time. In a month, we'll do about 12, 15 of the bigger stuff. And obviously, 1 hour party does bring us a lot of business.
For the summer, the majority of scheduled events are the daycares. I don't know if you call it events, but some days we have
That's an
20
event to me.
daycares to go
I mean,
on a Friday.
It's kind of a blurry line.
Like, then you have to organize 20 trucks to go to 20 different daycares. But they're not making $200, you know, because what we do, if you're on that route and the daycares actually just stop for you for 30 minutes, we do not require the minimum. Because if it's an extra $50 or $60, then, you know, yeah, it's a bonus.
That's why when I see
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do that.
Really quick, back to that menu, being that you guys have all the stickers on there. So what we do is something similar to what you do. We don't have the magnets, but we've created a board, and on our truck, it looks tacky when the board's not on there, but the truck's not out when they have this double-sided Velcro.
Command strips.
There you go. And so we have the strips on the side of the truck, and then we have, depending on, you know, what the menu is, how many products they have, we'll customize that menu, but we just use double-sided tape with those 5x7.
Just a recommendation on that, they now have the command hooks. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
So you would technically only need the 2 hooks.
Yeah.
And then you use the blue board type of thing. You could drill just the 2 holes and hang it.
Some of those
It holds
boards
up to
actually
15
already have it.
Yeah, they have it.
But that way, you know, you could just cover what your regular menu is, and it does, you know, it's a little more neat and tidy. And that's something that we do because it's not a truck that's out on the road, but we still have to customize it to the event. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, I used that idea for the push cards because when we send out a push card and they have a specific menu, like with 10 items, we have this big board made with the Velcro thing, and then we just, you know, switch out the items, whatever they need to see on that night for that board. And that works. I don't know, do you use boards for the push cards? Or
We do.
You do?
We use it's a thick, like, plexi material, and I don't know, they're like that big, so they're reusable, yeah. So we, the stickers aren't perfect for it, so you do have to, like, trim your stickers, like, which is a little obnoxious, but we try to do a good job of it. I'm not allowed to cut anything because I don't see a straight line, so, but we use those, and then obviously we pull them off. If a lot of times the problem is they don't return the boards, like somehow at the event they lose the board or something, we charge for that because the boards are like $25, and so, which isn't expensive if you can use it over and over again, but they, for whatever reason, our people like to take the boards?
The boards that you're using, are they the ones that, our carts have the umbrellas and then
Yes.
they have the...
And you tie strap them, or
No, ours
the
have a little
Velcro
clip.
thing?
It just clips right onto the
Oh,
umbrella.
ours has like a Velcro strap.
Oh, okay.
To the umbrella.
Yeah.
We have little holes, plastic. We have like a simple plastic that you can buy at Office Depot. They're not plexiglass, and they have already. We open 2 little holes. We go to the event when we put the umbrella. We put tie wrap.
It's not in your.
Yeah, that's
The
what we
Blue
were
Bonnie
using.
ones, they have a triangular
You just put the big board and then.
menu that goes right around the pole of the umbrella.
Ours,
Is that what you're
it's
using?
not quite triangular, but
Right.
yeah, it is
It's like-
that it
yeah.
goes
Okay.
right onto the pole of the umbrella.
I've actually never seen one other than on the website because nobody uses them
We
in
have a
California.
checklist. We have a checklist for picking up our cart also. Like when the event's done, did they have an umbrella? Did they have a menu board? Did they have a lock bar? All of those things because they go missing all the time. And then we can bill them then. So we let the customer know at that moment if they misplaced something, that there's a fee for this, because that's what we were finding is that the driver would go pick it up and it would come back and we're like, well, where's this, and this? And at that point, you can't go to your customer and say, the next day, oh, by the way, we didn't get this. So the driver has that same confirmation of when he delivered it for what he's supposed to pick up. And if something's missing, he talks to the point of contact and says, are you able to locate this? The office will be in touch with you for this missing
Do
item.
you guys have a separate agreement from your freezer agreement?
Yes, we do.
We were thinking about
For like
we
a
should,
cart? Yeah.
like a delivery agreement.
We have an agreement basically that states that so and so such and such company is going to be for the drop off events.
Right.
Is going to have the card for X amount of days. This is the cost. If anything is damaged, lost, stolen, they are responsible for covering it. We also take a deposit for the card that's refundable as long as everything comes back the way that they received it. We'll give that deposit back.
Push cart event, you take a deposit.
I like for the push cart itself. When it's a drop and go, we do
All you need is 3 more, and you get a free card. And then we reach out back to the supervisor, the chaperone, and then we fill out the form of where their special event is, and we control the ice cream of what goes in there. They're not going to get 500 Dove bars. Because Mom seems to, do we get 500 Dove bars?
So what do you get?
The small, probably $1, right? Sandwiches, sandwiches, bars, strawberry, chocolate eclair, creamsicle.
Maybe 200, 300, 400.
Exactly, mix them up, and it's just a thrill for them to get something, and they did the work for us. It gets better and better each year because the chaperone from the year before passes along her folder to the next class. Most of them do that. Just like in companies, if there's a special event coordinator, that seems to change every year. People just don't want to hang on to that job for too long. And usually there's a folder, okay, they got an ice cream cart last year. I'll just do the same thing to make it easy. But as we've used that tool, do this for us, put this for that. I found it's a great tool to reach new customers. That's our hardest thing in special events. Who are our customers? We got to find them again and again and again.
I was going to say on that, also, we keep finding customers again, and again, but when it comes to a lot of businesses for us, if we've had customers that have been buying from us for 10, 12 years, then all of a sudden 1, maybe 2 years goes by, but a lot of times 1 year, and they were always satisfied, and they don't get it. A lot of times you find out the employee that was organizing the card doesn't work there anymore. So if they don't get it 1 year, call them back, and then a lot of times people are going, yeah, Janice did that all the time, and she's not here anymore. We were wondering all summer long, where's the carts? They go, oh, okay, and then they'll book it back up again. And I'd say 50% of the time, we end up getting that account back because nobody really knew exactly what Janice was doing to get the cart or the truck.
Well, I just have one suggestion. If you're in a college town, I know for us, we have to look at our demographics. Fortunately, the high school demographics you talk about won't work for our city because of the level of income in our city, so we couldn't do that. But basically, what I would tell you, if you live in a college town, he gets a lot of bookings from sororities. These ladies have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on each other every year, and they have to spend it. So look for sorority parties. They feed each other treats once a week. And so he's been back to several once a week. So that's a big area you might want to look at. Is college towns, and they would easily do your cards.
Time to rotate, everybody.
But I know they would love to book your cards if y'all live in a college town.
Good idea. We get a lot of welcome back and goodbye students. We got one that during finals week takes a cart around. So
you should have only one table that you haven't been to.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to cut you short on time.
Well, 15 minutes to go and we're done. Hopefully this won't be too boring. We're going to talk about the pre-booking of an event. My company in Michigan has our specialty. We have about 75 ice cream carts that are exclusive to the special event channel. Some of you might have trucks. You have trucks too, or carts too, or no? Mm-hmm. Trucks? Yeah. Mostly trucks?
Mostly trucks.
Mostly trucks or carts?
Carts.
Mostly carts. You're here to learn. And what we found through the last 20 years of how to engage the special event channel is from Memorial Day on is when it really kicks in. You know, there's not too much happening in Michigan in April, maybe a little bit, but not too much. But right as we get to Memorial Day, it starts hitting. And where the people are from Memorial Day through June, everyone is still home. They're not vacationing. They're at graduation parties every weekend. And a lot of homes have sometimes 100 to 300 or more people on Saturday or Sunday afternoon or evening at this special event. So we've keyed everything on engaging that sector and building from there to start a snowball of where everyone is and start something rolling from there. And how we've done that is right now there are people at most high schools that are planning senior all-night parties. 99% of them is moms, maybe a group of 4 or 5 moms, could be some dads, but they're going to get together every now and then through now in the spring and figure out where are we going to go, how can we get donations, and plan this evening. Not every school has that evening, but most want to lock the kids up, keep them safe, and have one final party. So moms want this, they want something for free. So we figured out, let's get this party a free ice cream cart. In exchange, they have to book 10 parties. Some schools are really bigger, so we'll have 15. But they have to mark it for us and get 10 to 15 carts. The carts parties average $300 a piece. So we engage through mail a school and put senior all-night party planner. I'm sure there's several different names you could use, but it will get to that person. And it's just going to be a general information flyer, how to get a free ice cream cart for your party. You're going to get a call back, unless they're going to take the kids to a park or do something different where some other activities planned. From there, we get their information, explain what we're going to do, and they're going to get emailed some type of flyer with the Bumblebee ice cream cart menu. And the chaperone's going to have, let's say the school has 300 families. They've got that email to 300 moms. which we can't get. But these are 300 potential customers. They're all going to have a party of some type, whether they invite 75 people or 300. They want the kids to have, 150 white envelopes full of money, hopefully to go to college. So on this, when we email them this menu, there's going to be something on there that says, let's say on the high school, on the bottom of this. And she's going to be challenged, hey, you get 10 people to order ice cream carts, you're going to get an ice cream cart. How many ice creams do you need? 500? So it won't matter. The average, if they book 10 parties, there's $3,000 right there. Most of the times we can get some more. So what we put in there is not, 300 or 400 is really not too relevant. The key is they're doing the marketing for us. We don't have to search and chase who's having a party. Let's send out flyers. Let's put something in the newspaper. We're going directly. When these orders start coming back in from, let's just call it Rogers High School. This lady from Rogers, she's really excited. She's got 5 or 6 orders. We're communicating with her via email. Hey, you got 5 orders, only 5 more. And when they reach that level, then we'll email them. You've got the free cart. Let's plan when you need it. Where's it going to go? And those instructions are made. The people that book the carts with us, that she's emailing to, how we do that is to get an ice cream cart and reserve it, they have to email us or fax in the order form on the internet. Most of the time they come in sometimes 2 or 3 months in advance. So we don't take the credit card number because you can't keep that information along for too long. But the form itself, filled out, acts as the reservation. It will, once we get it and confirm it, they are guaranteed to get the cart. They hardly ever cancel. They're having a party. If it's raining, they'll put it in the garage. There's going to be people there. So that's not even an issue. Before the ice cream cart is even taken, the day before, the credit card is rung up. It's all prepaid. Everything they order, they get. We don't take anything back. It's a done deal. These parties average, most of the time, about $300. From that, as you can see, when you get into after Memorial Day in June, sometimes there's 40, 50 parties on Saturday and Sunday, of which people that own companies, in charge of churches, they're all there seeing your ice cream carts, and it really does create the snowball.
Is there a limit for these people who schedule with you? So for those 10 people or 10 families who schedule those carts, do you set a minimum for your rental?
Oh, well, how that works is we actually print on this menu. If you're curious, it's at bumblebeeicecream.com. There's probably 5 or 6 different menus up there. Because where I'm at, there's no one else that has ice cream carts. We put all the pricing on there and everything because they're really engaged. Once they see everything there, I want it. If the information is vague, they could go to another page. Some people can't do that. They have more competition and they want to tell the people the pricing over the phone. But I think we have, the regular cart will have 40 selections on there of ice cream, of which it's just by the box. It could say Choco Taco, 24-pack, $30. And it goes right down the line at the bottom, cart rental, dry ice delivery. Fixed prices at the bottom. And then it says minimum 7 boxes, which should be no problem for anyone having a graduation party. There's going to be over 100 people in there. I think 7 boxes, it's close to 150, which is no issue for anybody. We don't put a dollar amount of what the minimum is because that could scare people. They can actually create their own budget based on if they want Choco Taco or Popsicle, whatever. But most of the time, you're going to average we average over $250 per party.
So your carts are dry ice or electric?
Both. Yeah, both. There's so many now that we don't even tell people what they're getting.
Right.
But we put dry ice in them. They could get an electric cart. It's going to have 20 pounds of dry ice in there. What we found is if there's a Saturday morning in June and there's 40 ice cream carts for that day, we do them all on Friday.
Yeah.
There is no way to keep Mom happy Saturday morning at 8 a.m. if her cart isn't there for her noon party.
Yes.
So you can control. If you brought her an electric cart with dry ice, they can plug it in. It's going to last for 3 days anyway.
Right.
To find those people in special events, I just think that graduation is a great key to where to find these people. There's so many of them, and everyone's still home.
Right.
There's the other things of doing the direct mail and reaching out to companies and special event planners. It is hard because it changes every year. I don't want to plan 3 parties this year and it gets to another person.
So your cart minimum is 7 boxes?
Yes.
That's what you use.
Yeah. We have I think there's 4 different themed carts that we do. We do a scoop cart, a root beer float cart. We call it the Premier Ice. That's just got all the novelties in there. So there's several. There's a Hawaiian ice cart. There's several different choices on there. The one that they pick out the ice cream and create it themselves seems to be the biggest hit.
Again, the high schools don't have a senior event, right?
Some schools don't have it.
Okay.
You're right.
In our area, I mean, all of them have a senior event.
Almost all of them in our area too.
Because we have, the Disney parks are close by. They have what they call Grand Night or Grab Bash.
Sure.
And because we don't have those parties at all. There's no parent party. I mean, we have 3 seniors in our lives, and we deal with a lot of schools, and that does not exist in our town.
Is that right?
In Miami.
Right in Miami, they don't lock up. They don't lock up the kids at night and do all-night parties.
We let them go out on the town.
They go to Disney.
Yeah.
They go to Disney.
Churches. Churches typically do it.
Well, churches is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But high school, talking about high schools, that does not
Ours
exist.
don't do it either, but our churches do.
See, up north, that's huge. Everyone has.
It could still be snowing.
Yeah. It's snowing home right now. It's 5 inches today. When I left, it was 50 degrees.
So with your cart, that's the scoop cart,
Who mans it? Do you just drop it off and they do it?
Yeah.
So you provide the scoop and everything.
Yeah. On that program, they're going to get minimum is 4 buckets. You guys know the 3-gallon tubs.
Yeah.
They're going to get 4 of those. Cups, lids, spoons, and 4 different types of toppings to cover up to 200 people. And I've just created these programs because over the years, all these people call and we want to scoop ice cream. We want to scoop ice cream. Well, it's not that easy, but okay, have at it.
So do you put in the cart, because obviously the cart's not really made for scooping ice cream, how do you raise the tubs up high enough so they can scoop?
Well, these electric carts I had made are from Nelson.
right?
And they're the electric ones.
That's what we have.
And there's, I've got them from restaurants. You ever see when someone comes out after they've done the dishes with coffee cups?
Oh,
You see them? You see they're like plastic trays about that big. That's what we use. We get them from these hotels. There's a JW Marriott that gets cards from us all the time. And how we discovered those is they left them in there. When we picked up the carts, we were like, holy mackerel, that raised it up 8 inches.
Yeah, because that's
or what they deliver the Coke with, those plastic things. You
Yeah,
put
but the
little
I guess you could double
Coke or
stack
Pepsi
those.
upside down. Yep.
right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
They're in the car.
They used to be deposit years ago, but so we just asked a couple of the guys at the dock at JW Marriott, we have about 10 of those. Here's a box of ice cream.
Yep.
And you can use, and what they had in there also was they put white linen over the top of that. So it's easy to buy, some at a dollar store.
And how is the 3-gallon tub? Our challenge is an electrical cart. It's 20 below. How do you keep them? How easy for them to scoop it out?
Well, here is where we face that challenge for years on, hey, it's too hard, it's too soft. So we designed a program. They'll get an email flyer of how to do this cart. So what we've done, I don't know if every parent does it, but they really like the option. It's delivered the day before. Just say it's a graduation party or company party, and it's 150 people. We deliver that cart before and say, you need 2 or 3 people in about an hour and a half, pre-scoop it all. Oh, does that make it easy? So we provide the cups and the lid and the scoops. So they, before the party, they're going to put 2 scoops of it. Take the ice cream out, let it soften for 45 minutes, and just have 3 or 4 people scoop it, put the lid on, put it back in the cart. Then the next day, everyone just grabs the cup. They set up a buffet table. People just go over there, put their toppings on, off they go.
Do you ever offer just to have the cups? Well, I guess when you get into food safety, that wouldn't work.
Yeah. They seem to want to scoop. There's this fascination of, we want to do it. Uncle Joe has volunteered to scoop. Okay, well, just to make it go smooth, Uncle Joe should do it the day before. And everyone, oh, that's a great idea, and the feedback on it's been wonderful. It's just a little communication, but especially during a party, in an ice cream cart, how do you scoop for 50 people all at once? You can't.
Do those customers typically repeat with the scoop?
Oh yeah, especially the companies, because I ran into someone not too long ago. I said, I can't wait to get the ice cream cart. I said, well, why you do 300 people? Why is it so fun for you? Well, the day before you bring it, we leave the office and go scoop the ice cream. We're off for 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, like, oh, their bell light just went off. Brittany, that does in the office, that coordinates a lot of the carts. I've heard her talk about the analogy with these scoop carts of a Dairy Queen or ice cream shop. And she'll say, well, how many people do you have? Well, we want to scoop for 200. And I've heard her say, well, take 2 buses of 200 people, drop it off in front of a Dairy Queen where there's 4 young kids in there in a professional setting. How long does it take the 200 people to get ice cream? Oh my God, hour and a half, 2? Well, you have an ice cream cart with 1 or 2 people.
Dairy Queen itself.
Yeah, well, still, even with 20 people in line, it seems like you stand there forever. So creating that program of scooping it the day before and people just grabbing it and going to a buffet has been key. It's just a little creative thinking of how to take the pressure off the day of the party.
That's a great idea. That's our challenge, is that, you can't scoop. Plus one person scooping each, like you said, 300 people, your arm's going to hurt.
Is it dry ice cart or electric?
It's electric.
Yeah. Come up with that plan and that flyer that you can email. Here's how to do it. We highly recommend doing it the day before, so you can just hand out the cups the next day. Go to that, you create a buffet table with all the toppings.
Right.
You could serve 300 people in a matter of, probably a half hour.
How do you send the toppings?
Well, that's...
Do you use
it's in a cardboard box. Yeah, when it's in the truck, our carts are on the trailers. They have those big bars and these boxes that we create with the whipped cream, the toppings, scoops. They're going to be in a box sealed with the people's name on it. So the driver pushes the cart there, sets the box on top. I've seen some of the drivers put the box on the inside just so they don't forget, but they're going to take it out once they get there. But that's very similar how we do that root beer float cart. Root beer float cart is almost the same exact thing without the toppings, and we buy a small keg of root beer and just bring the keg.
A keg of root beer? Like a pony keg?
Pony keg of root beer. Pony keg of root beer is about that big.
Where do you get that from?
I never even knew they made that.
Well, we call the wholesalers.
Really?
Usually,
I have root beer.
usually, where are you at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Well, in your area, there's probably going to be Budweiser distributor, a Miller distributor for beer. Those are the people that have it.
Really?
Because nowadays, the small craft beer people make root beer. And people want, I think we do probably 4 or 5 root beer cart a weekend during that Memorial through almost 4th of July. And that runs the same way. We put 4 3-gallon tubs of vanilla in the cart, scoop large cups with a top and those long spoons. We deliver it the day before. The cart also in there has 2 big 25-pound bags of ice so that the next day they chill down the root beer. And if it's a graduation party, a lot of times the parents have the kids just scoop the ice cream.
Yeah.
Same thing the day before, put the, scoop it into a cup, put the top on, set it in the cart. Then during the party, as guests are coming in and out, people just go to the cart, root beer's right next, grab this cup, go to the keg.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's literally that fast.
That's a really good idea.
I think we have 2 on that website. There's 2,
Yeah, I saw.
$1.99 and $2.99. I think there's a full keg and a small keg.
And you do, like you said, 1 pony keg for the small?
Yeah, the small. I think that's the $1.99. And again, they get 2 because there's a lot of parties that are smaller. They get 2 3 gallons of vanilla. But what it does for us, and on the scoop cart, it creates almost no work for us at all. I mean, how long does it take to put 4 3-gallon tubs in a cart, and put toppings and spoons in a box, push it up on the trailer, off you go, $300.
Well, and that's been our deterrent for tubs for years because it's a huge question that we get all the time is I want a scoop event. And we don't want to have to man it. We don't want to have to send somebody out there.
Why would
Right.
you want a scoop?
Yeah.
There's also scooped ice cream if you check with your sales rep.
I've seen that, and yeah.
Well,
It works good for root beer floats. I don't know about for.
We've offered like having the cups because we carry cups.
No, preset 3 ounces. We use it for hotels and stuff like that. They come in a box. Blue Bunny has them. They're bowls, and they're preset 3 ounce or 5 ounce. But they're a little bit expensive for what we would want to use it for.
If you want to move forward in that, people want it.
They do want it.
They want it. You just have to create the program of which they'll be successful at it. And if it's too hard for them to do, which is the day of the event, they won't repeat. But once they see, oh, we did it the day before, the people got us the cart, geez, during the party, everyone just grabbed it and they loved it, smashing success. Just like handing out a Choco Taco.
And buy the scoops, maybe put your name on them, but buy the scoops that have the antifreeze in the handle.
Yeah, that liquid.
So that it scoops easier when you're actually doing
Sure.
it.
It'll just take you a little time just to create that, like a little business plan of how to scoop ice cream.
Yeah.
And you don't need to price out the tubs. You say you're going to get this, this, and that. Here's the cost.
Right. That's
Right, the
pretty.
program is, say, $300. It includes everything. It includes the root beer, the
Whatever you
tubs.
decide you need, you're not going to say, well, vanilla costs $20, the cart costs $50. You're going to say, this is what you get. The other, you get the cart, delivery, all this, and people, oh my gosh. Then you just have to help them through the process of how to scoop the ice cream. It's easy, and it's basically just that easy. You have to do it the day before. I think it works great. There's just not enough time. We need September, October, November.
Booster clubs. Booster clubs with the root beer float. I mean, God.
The school has so many, athletic directors, band booster. There's so many different things with tons of people.
Root beer day, root beer float day. I mean, that we get crazy requests, but
that right there is.
Like that small little keg of root beer we buy, it's $40. I think the big one that has 208 cans of root beer in it is $75. You just have to have good taps, you know, but that's what people want.
That I'm naive to the tap. Does the tap not come with it?
Well, you have to buy them.
So you buy? Can you reuse taps?
Oh yeah.
I did go to college, and
Yeah, they're made of metal, but you go online and.
And you get those back with the cart.
Well, they're your property, just like the cart is. The keg's not going to be your property. The company you buy it from is going to have like a $20 deposit on it, and when
So you have to pick up your cart, your tap, your keg, and your scoop.
I never picked up the scoops.
They keep the scoops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scoops cost a couple of bucks, so.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I wasn't sure how.
We put, at a hardware store, those big tubs with the plastic tubs, they got two little ropes on the side. We set the keg in that thing, just use a dolly, put it on the trailer, and get to the, put it in the garage, wherever. There's, like I said, there's 2 25-pound bags of ice in the cart. And the instructions say, now tomorrow morning, put those bags of ice on top of there, wrap the keg in a blanket, so it's going to be cold in a few hours for your party. The whole key to special event is having it be easy for the people serving it. If they think it's too much work, they'll tell a million people this was no fun. They didn't tell me this ice cream was going to be hard.
I would like to do 2 things. One, would the table leaders please stand for a round of applause? They've done a wonderful job.
I was given 4 days.
And then one other quick thing before we disband. I know that we're all experts, but I'd like to see a show of hands of who learned something new. Okay. That's pretty powerful. Okay, final thing before we disband. I'd like to ask each of the table leaders to throw out a name of somebody that made a contribution at their table that they want to recognize. And we're just having fun here, okay? So everybody relax. You're not all, but I've got some hats. I want to distribute them. Give me a name. Give me a name. Or anybody give me a name. Who deserves something?
James.
James, okay. Who else? Come on now.
Vicky.
I'm sorry, say it again? Vicky, okay, wonderful. Come on now, don't be shy.
Brian.
All right. Brian, here we go. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Come on now, one else. One more. Victor Morales? Wonderful. Wonderful. Here you go. Model the hat, please. That's how it should look. There we go. All right, folks, the exhibits are open. There's going to be a lunch in there as well. Thank you for your participation. It seemed to be a tremendous opportunity to learn. Thank you.
Get a big smile. Thank you. Big smile, a big thumbs up. There you go.